Hi, our group will be presenting on family financial stories, intergenerational insights. This presentation is a part of our Finance 533 course, Personal Financial Plan under the guidance of Dr. Nur Hisham bin Bulot. Our main focus is to explore how financial habits, values, and decision making are shaped and passed down across the different generations within families. We share stories, insights, and lessons that highlight how family backgrounds influence financial planning and choice in today's world. We are Group 12 from RBA 273-4FSS and we look forward to sharing our findings with you. The first group members is Muhammad Nur Iman bin Muhammad Hazrik. Second members is Nurul Jannah binti Ahmad. Third members Wan Nur Kamarina binti Wan Hadi. Fourth member Nur Aidan Najwa binti Zamri. And the last one is me, which is Muhammad Harid Daniel bin Jasni.
Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. Today, I will be sharing insight from our report on family financial planning. To gather meaningful data, we conducted a survey by interviewing family members using a Google form. This method allows us to conveniently collect diverse responses about their financial habit, challenges, and goals. Our survey focused on key areas such as income sources, spending and budgeting pattern, saving and investment behavior, as well as the influence of family discussion on financial decision making. Through this, we aim to understand how families manage their finance in both the short and long term. The findings from this report provide valuable perspective on the importance of disciplined budgeting, consistent saving, and open family communication to secure financial well-being across generations. Next, we move to objective of this report. The first one is we aim to understand the various sources of income families rely on, how they budget their expenses, and what their spending priorities are. Knowing this helps us see how families allocate their resources and make daily financial decisions. Our second objective was to examine saving and investment behavior, focusing on what motivates families to save or invest, as well as the challenges they face, such as unexpected expense or lack of financial knowledge. Moreover, we wanted to explore how communication within the family affect financial decision and discipline. Family conversation about money often shape how well financial plans are followed. So, this was an important aspect to study. Finally, we aim to provide insight that can help families improve their financial management by understanding their habits and challenges. Our report offers recommendations to encourage regular saving, smarter investing, and ultimately achieving long-term financial security.
My name is Nurjana binti Ahmad. Now let's move to interview summaries. Most respondents are aged 46 to 55, which are 70%, followed by 25 to 35, which are 20%, and 36 to 45, which are 10%. 80% are married representing parents, and 20% are single representing sisters. This shows most financial insight come from married individuals in the 46 to 55 age group. 90% are employed full-time and 10% are self-employed or business owners. For salary, 40% earns 2,001 ringgit to 4,000 ringgit. Another 40% earns above 8,000 ringgit, while 10% earns below 2,000 ringgit and 10% earn 6,001 ringgit to 8,000 ringgit. Most respondents, which are 90%, do not have other sources of income. For budget management, 60% set a rough estimate and adjust as needed, showing they prefer a flexible approach. 20% track every expenses, 10% use budgeting apps, and 10% do not plan and spend as they go, which may lead to overspending. When it comes to spending, 60% prioritize household needs like food, bills, and rent. 30% spend mainly on children's education and family expenses, and 10% focus on personal wants such as shopping and entertainment. Very few listed savings or investment as a main priority. For savings, 60% save only when they have extra money, while 40% save consistently every month. This shows that regular saving is less common compared to saving when possible.
I will now continue to talk about the findings from our survey on saving and investment preferences. This slide combines three aspects, which are saving methods, investment experience, and the motivation to save or invest. The results show that most respondents prefer safe and traditional saving options, with 80% choosing government-linked schemes such as Tabung Haji or ASB and 70% choosing bank accounts. When it comes to investment, 60% have tried unit trusts or mutual funds, but none have invested in stocks, shares, or property. This reflects a preference for low risk and managed investments. As for motivation, half of the respondents save mainly for emergencies and their children's future, while 40% mention retirement planning. Only a small group, by 10%, were motivated by large purchases. This tells us most people focus on long-term financial security. Next, we will look at the challenges, family involvement, and financial planning. The biggest challenge, reported by 90%, is unexpected expenses. Only 10% mention lack of income, showing that financial shocks are a bigger issue than spending control. Family also plays an important role, with 80% saying they either always or sometimes discuss finances with their family. In terms of planning, half of the respondents now save more compared to before, while the other half reported no major changes. None said they save less, which suggests financial habits are stable or improving. Lastly, the advice respondents gave to the younger generation strongly emphasizes financial discipline. 90% stress on avoiding unnecessary debt and 70% highlighted saving early. Smaller groups suggested learning about investments, living within means, and prioritizing saving before spending. This shows that the key message is clear: to avoid debt, save early, and build responsible financial habits from the start.
My name is Nor Aidana Juam Tizamri. Next, I will be sharing the key lessons we learned from the family financial experience. First, budgeting requires discipline. Many families do prepare a budget, but sticking to it every month is not always easy. This shows us that commitment and realistic planning are just as important as writing down the numbers. Second, expense tracking builds awareness. By recording expenses, families can clearly see where their money really goes. This simple habit makes it much easier to control spending and avoid waste. Third, savings and investments ensure long-term security. Even setting aside a small amount regularly can grow into a valuable safety net for the future. The most important thing is consistency, not the amount. Next, emergency funds are essential. Having at least 3 to 6 months of expenses saved can really protect families during unexpected challenges such as job loss or medical issues. This not only provides security but also peace of mind. Finally, clear goals guide financial behavior. Families who set goals like buying a house or supporting their children's education are more focused in how they manage money. Goals give direction and keep financial decisions on track. In summary, these lessons remind us that good financial management is not only about planning, but also about discipline, awareness, and long-term preparation.
Hi everyone, today I want to share some recommendations that can really help family manage their money better. First, I recommend being disciplined with budgeting. To make it easier, try using budgeting tools or apps. They help you plan and track your expense without too much hassle. Second, I recommend tracking every single expense, even the small one. Do this for at least 1 month and you quickly become more aware of where your money is actually going. Third, I recommend focusing on saving and investment for long-term security. An easy way to start is with automatic saving deduction, so you are saving without even thinking about it. After that, you can look into low-risk investments like unit trusts, Tabung Haji or SB to grow your wealth steadily. Fourth, I recommend building an emergency fund. Start small, maybe RM500 to RM1000, and then work your way up until you get enough to cover 3 to 6 months of your expenses. And finally, I recommend setting clear financial goals. These could be short-term goals like a family vacation, medium-term goals like buying a home, or long-term goals like a retirement. Having goals keeps you motivated and on a track. So those are my recommendations: budget smartly, track your spending, save and invest, build an emergency fund, and set clear goals. With these steps, families can move toward financial security and peace of mind. In conclusion, most families tend to prioritize home necessities and children's education. However, many still face unplanned expenses and have limited source of income. While there are some savings habits, they are often inconsistent and investment potential remains relatively low. To improve long-term financial security, I recommend that families save regularly, build a rainy day fund, seek out suitable investment opportunities, and have open financial conversation at home. By taking these simple but important steps, families can strengthen their financial stability and prepare for a more secure future.